Hello everybody, it's Trent again, and today we're talking about Vazi, King Negotiator. She's in Jund, so black, red, green, and 2 colorless for a 3/3 human advisor. With haste, you can tap her and a target opponent creates X treasure tokens, where X is the number of treasures tokens you control created this turn. Whenever an opponent casts a spell or activates an ability, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it or activate it, put a 1/1 counter on target creature and draw a card. So this is mainly group hug. We do have characters in here like Tireless Provisioner, so two and a green for a 3/2 elf scout with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a food token or a treasure token. You're going to create a treasure token. Zorn, if you would create one or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. So yeah. Now take those lands and turn them into treasures. Lands you control have tap, create a treasure token. Little fun little 4-color green for a 1/4. Tap it and create a treasure token. Token doublers. Parallel Lives is just the straight up token doubler. Doubling these is tokens and counters. Parallel Lives is 3 and a green. Doubling season is 4 and a green. Fomori Vault, because you're going to make all these treasures, you want to have some way of discard a card, look at the top X cards of your library. X is the number of artifacts you control. Put one of those cards in your hand, and the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. So you shuffle that. You make 10 treasures, you get to scry 10 for the cost of 1. While you're making treasures, you might as well have a caddy manufacturer. Which is 3 colorless for a 1/3. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create one of each. So make 1 treasure, make a clue, and a food. Make 1 treasure, make a clue, and a food. And because you have a Zorn, you're going to be making 1 treasure, making another treasure, clue, food, and you're just spitting out clues and food and just going crazy. Because you only give it to 1 player per turn, Seedborn Muse is your best friend. Untap all permanents you control during each player's untap step. So that means you can give people treasures as you go around. Really enhances your ability. Sorry, my nose is itching like something fierce today. Since we're making treasures, we might as well have a 7/7 protector for the cost of 8. When Marut enters the battlefield, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, create a treasure token for each mana of treasure spent. Yeah. Now you're wondering how we win. Well, you're going to need a Darksteel Forge. Artifacts you control have indestructible. You're going to want a Planar Bridge, which is for 6 mana, 8 and tap. Search your library for a permanent card and put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So straight up tutor. Straight to the battlefield, so you don't even have to pay the cost. It's a nice little override. But your bigger threats are Darksteel Juggernaut, which is for 5 colorless. Darksteel Juggernaut's power and toughness is equal to the number of artifacts you control. Darksteel Juggernaut is indestructible and attacks each turn of Fable. Structural Assault, 3 and 2 red. Destroy all artifacts. That structural assault deals damage to each creature equal to the number of artifacts that were put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn. You make 37 treasures. You hand off those 37 treasures. You have a Darksteel Forge. You don't lose yours. They lose theirs. And they get a board wipe. So then you send in Darksteel Juggernaut to finish them off, and you call it a day. Of course, there's an Ancient Copper Dragon because you're making treasures and you need some. Sometimes even if you're group hug, you gotta go pick on the bully. Viator the Incinerator is 3 in Jund For a 6/6 flyer, at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, the inserter deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target, and you create 3 treasure tokens. So, things aren't going so well, you just start flaming your board. Flame the Darksteel Juggernaut. That'll hurt. And then, Hell to Pay is a fun little sorcery. Hell to Pay deals X damage to target creature, where that number of treasure tokens equal to the amount of excess damage dealt to creatures this way. Very nice. It's very group huggy. Your secondary win cons, if you're not going to go for damage, is, well, you have 2 different win cons. They're not here on the board. Is Revel in Riches or Knuckles for artifact win. And then you also have the way of Pyrohemia. And that is, you have a bunch of mana, you can start pinning everyone down, and hopefully they've left you alone so you're at the highest life total. Yep. Although, all in all, I think it's a great little group hug deck. It does something that a lot of group hug decks don't do, which is extra resources. A lot of them give out extra lands, but these are usable resources that get you card draw, get you 1/1 counters, to build up a defensive wall, and make you not the threat, but you will be the threat because everyone will look at you, but they're like, oh, you're giving me treasure. And the fact is, treasures are useful. This is probably the second best group hug deck. Normally the first best group hug decks are very much heavy on card draw advantage for everybody. But I didn't want to go that way, I went this way. And you can see why. It's a lot of fun in my opinion. But you all have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.